2 videos released over the last 7 days that you asked for us to take a look at or review. Kuami Eugene, S3fa's, and of course, S3fa's featuring Sarkodie and DJ Tira. Now getting into the very incredible people that are joining me in the studio this evening. Of course, no stranger to the show, the yin to my yang, my permanent rib, I would say. The one and only Chris Carter, media personality extraordinaire. Looking lovely.
Hey, boo.
Your earrings are everything.
Thank you, boo.
No, where can we get some?
Oh, well, I sell them, so you just
Oh,
have to reach
okay.
out to me.
Hey, come on.
Like, I got you this
Businesswoman,
Christmas. I got you
yeah.
this Christmas.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's Chris Carter, and we just hit you up and we just get it there.
Yeah, just hit me up.
I like it.
Yeah.
And we're joined by some very dapper gentlemen that are wearing black. Coincidentally, I don't know if it was great minds think alike or it was like something happened over there. But he's a marketing consultant, data marketing and communications expert, and the man that generally knows everything when it comes to digital tech and everything else inclusive. The one and only Stephen Nanase Boyedi. Hi, Stephen. Thank you for joining us on the show. And of course, no stranger again to the show, Nana Yaoredu. He's lead creative, One Play Africa, and a man to know when it comes to music, streaming, and everything else inclusive. Hi, Nana Yao.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Let me say this. Today is 1 year exactly I joined One Play Africa.
Are you serious? Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's that going?
Tough. I could be sacked any day. until I'm sacked, I'm still the lead creator.
Aha, we love
That
it,
means
we
you're
love
doing
it.
something good.
Yeah, clearly. But gentlemen and lady, let's get into the music. So, Kuami Eugene, S3fa's, S3fa's. Now, the question is, what were your thoughts and which one stood out to you? I'll start with you, Nanayao.
Okay, I like both videos.
Okay.
Especially with the concept of both videos, the costuming, I like both as well.
Okay.
But I lean towards S3fa's video more because of the direction, especially with the costuming. They're paying attention to detail with the costuming, you know, and the cinematography that was displayed in there. So for Kuami Eugene's own is a typical one-set video, playing with camera, different shots. But you know, S3fa's own, you could tell the amount of work that has gone into her creative process. So I really lean towards the S3fa's video more. I'm hoping to see major big numbers because it has Sarkodie on it,
Yes.
on the platforms,
We look
hopefully
forward to- yeah.
on YouTube especially, so she can generate or recoup some money to reinvest into her next project. So I like the S3fa's video. The costuming gets me any day, anytime. I like it.
Okay, all right. I'll not ask the question I was going to ask, but going to you.
Oh, what question was that?
What about the costume? Was it the people in it?
No.
It
You
was-
see, so there's I don't know how to explain, not to make it technical, but it's a color scheme that worked.
Okay.
So when you have a good costumier who is able to blend with, let's say, a different person, you know, able to tell the color tone, what color will work on your skin. There are different girls with different shades of color.
Right.
To get them to wear one particular color to bring it out in all 3 different dancing scenes
I must
made
admit,
sense.
yes.
Yeah.
Trust me. Unlike Kwame wore typical old school
Yeah.
hair.
But,
The hair is
yeah.
already afro,
Yeah.
old school dress. I mean, it's quite predictable,
My
very
thing
simple.
is S3fa's in that gold dress. It was everything.
Exactly.
It was
Exactly. And then
everything
on,
to
you
me.
see the sack scene,
Yeah.
the gold dress with the setting
And the
that she's
black,
standing.
Yes, it really stood out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
Yes,
I really
yes.
lean towards that video because
I
of that.
completely agree. But coming to you, Stephen, what are your thoughts about it?
Same here.
Okay.
I love S3fa's video. I mean, 3 main scenes. I mean, the scene, even the shade of blue
Yes.
that they wore, great.
Yeah.
The makeup, I mean, with the nails and everything,
Yeah.
very, very much on point. Then the next one, the red.
Yes.
I mean, color scene. You can see that. Like Nana said, the Kuami Eugene video is just one set. So it's just the band playing and him just messing around. I mean, that's simple. It's easy to shoot. You just need a couple of, camera angles. But here there's a lot that went into even making the ladies up for S3fa's video. The scene with, Sarkodie, you can see, yes, she's wearing that gold, you know. Even the background has shades of gold all over the place. So really, really beautiful. I love it.
I like. And Chris, your thoughts on his 2 videos?
I think we're all like on the same page. Like S3fa's video, hair check, styling check, makeup
on.
check,
Yes.
everything check. And the most important thing about this music is S3fa's outdid herself.
She did.
She outdid herself. It was a different vibe. It didn't sound like S3fa's. Although it's that S3fa's voice, it didn't just sound like the normal S3fa's. It sounded like Yeah,
She had gone
I'm
to-
a piano kind of like vibe because that's the kind of voice that you hear usually with South African house music. That's the kind of voice. So, like, I listened to it this whole weekend. I was like, wow. Like, if I didn't know it was her, that I would think it's someone else.
That's
so I
true.
think she outdid herself. The song is top notch. It can go it can be compared to even the South African
Yes,
level.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
With Kuami Eugene, it's a regular Kuami Eugene, old school set. You know, like he's great. He's great in whatever he does. You know, his voice is always great and all that. But with these videos, I think we're all sticking to S3fa's.
Okay, alrighty. But what are people saying on social media?
So on social media, comments on Kuami Eugene's Tinefie. Kwame is universal. He will stay long in the music industry. That's from Isaac Amate. And we have one from Emmanuel Ansam. A plant situated by a river never will wither. Kuami Eugene, I would like to hear you again in 20 years.
Eish.
And Frank Ejekum says, the sound is fire. Rockstar to the world. Authentic highlight tune. And we have another one from Mr. Nwama. Eugene is very versatile and he will stay relevant in the game for a long time.
Yes.
Just want him to know that and with so much love. And we have comments on S3fa's Fever. Africa's finest rapper Sarkodie will always be king, but S3fa is queen of the moment, and that's by Vibes. And another one by Wilberforce Jr. This S3fa lady's got future. She's got a future. Her talent is flagrant for all to see. She'll achieve great things. It choke. And this particular one are those of the many great things to come. Bright Datsun says, this is what I call tune. The delivery is 100% top. Ghana music industry is now in safe hands. Keep producing such quality tempo. And lastly by Ken Main. Who else have noticed that Ghanaian artists can jump on any genre of music? Wow, they are very talented.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We absolutely are talented. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at cyberbullying, trolling, and its effect on the social media scene, how celebrities react to it, and how they should react to it. And I'm inviting you to join in with your opinions by sending us a message via the hashtag #TheChat. When we come back, a lot more right here on the show. And you're tuned into the chat right here on City TV. Get interactive with the hashtag #TheChat. And in studio with me still is media personality Chris Carter, lead creator for One Play Africa, Nanaya Redu, and digital marketing and communication consultant and expert Stephen Nanase Buedu. Welcome and thank you for staying with me, guys. But before anything, of course, let's get some great drinks to start off the conversation. So our cocktails are powered by Brew Services. So I invite Brew Services to give us the very perfect cocktail for this conversation. Is named Wolewa Vibes after our celebrity guest LaRusso, who will be joining us a little later on in the show. Now, once the cocktails go around, of course, the ingredients are fresh lemon juice, ginger syrup, apple juice, Good Day Energy drink, and cinnamon syrup. And of course, the show is proudly sponsored by Good Day Energy drink. Now we're getting into the topic for this segment, which is about trolling and how celebrities or personalities on social media are to react to it, or how they should, or the best way to deal with trolling on social media. This topic sort of came into light a few days ago when a known troll on social media went to GH1 television for a show, and while there was called out on some of his antics on social media, and his reaction was quite cringe-worthy. But let's take a look at what exactly happened, and let's discuss what we can do, or the best way for celebrities to be able to handle trolls.
Present your political show.
Welcome to another edition of
Has a
I
blog
write
inside.
fact, so I don't think I'll be
You write
You write
facts.
facts.
When you write this, hey Sewa, we know what you've been up to in this country. What do you know?
Where did you pick that from?
That is your Twitter page.
Okay.
That
Twitter is about agenda. and
What's
then-
this agenda? So in other words, it's about fooling and saying stupid things. That is meant to tarnish someone else's image. What's this factual about what you've written about Sewa?
I mean, Twitter is a different world, you know.
How? Twitter.
Get that right. You can't even spell am I. You can't even spell it. Yet you think you can sit behind a phone and write crap on Twitter about people. Simple am I. You can't spell it. But that's not the point. You question people's relevance. How relevant do you think you are? Because I've seen tweets of you rubbishing Lydia Forson too.
I need to get the source of. I mean,
It's
your phone. Your phone is in your pocket.
Your phone is in your pocket.
So you
It's on
you
your
deal
phone.
with facts. Yes.
Your
No,
phone-
even wrote just on October 10 that the 4.5K issue that person is paid more than you at GH1 TV.
Do you know my
I
salary?
mean, like, how did you know?
that's why I'm telling you that what you see on Twitter is different from.
When you sit on Twitter and you write utter nonsense about people. You've said horrible things about me, Sewa, Lydia Forson, Bridget, other people on your Twitter. Here I am. Say it to my face.
Why should I?
Why shouldn't you?
Because Twitter is not real life.
I have always said that people who bully people, when they see them, they can't even talk.
You can't even.
You are a
you
very
can't even
clear
express-
example of
You
those people.
can't. If you sit on Twitter and you say that it's a different life, and you can insult Lydia Forson that you haven't met before, and you meet her, you will go shush.
In
You
fact, you
can't
can't
speak
even-
like right now.
Because it looks like when you meet real human beings, you can't
can't
express
speak.
yourself.
You can know you go back on Twitter and write
And
crap.
yes.
Go ahead. I don't
At least.
care. But the thing is, you couldn't say.
Now, that was how it went down. And it's interesting to see how, and I think it's real life, when a lot of people are very quick to say whatever they want because the cloak of anonymity sort of give them, they feel some protection. But then once they meet the people or the subject behind their trolling, they're very different the way they react to it. But is Twitter or social media not real life? Why do people have the sense to write all sorts of untruths and troll people on social media? What gives them the confidence, honestly? Anonymity? And is that an acceptable thing to happen? I'll start with you guys. Stephen, if you may.
Definitely it is
Yeah.
real life. I mean, I often say this, hire crown, baby hire crown. If you can't stand by what you're tweeting, don't tweet it. And I was just about to tweet something this evening. I said, let me not tweet it. Online bullies and trolls are actually sad souls.
Well.
They are sad and lonely people. And often what they want is attention. We're going to discuss it, but
Yeah.
you can see this guy is a sad soul. When
Very.
he got there, I mean, he was awed by president and everything. So, I mean, they probably should have ignored him.
But what is the best way to handle trolls? I get it that once you become a personality or quote unquote a celebrity, you sort of give people access into your lives. You expect people to share their opinions about you. You sort of give them a right to. But at what point does it move from being opinions into trolling, into cyberbullying? Where do we draw the line, and where is the demarcation, honestly? Because people seem to ascribe, oh, I'm just sharing my opinion, to cyberbullying, or I'm just saying what I want to, or freedom of speech when they start trolling. Where is the thin line, or where is the gray area amongst these three concepts, Chris?
Well, we obviously know that trolling is always an insult. It always comes with insults. You can see it from a place of hate. You can even feel the venom sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so, like, obviously, you will know which one is an opinion or a right criticism. You understand? and obviously know which one is trolling. And what I usually tell people is the people that made social media, they didn't make it, they didn't make it for fools. They expected all these things to happen. They didn't just put it out there. They expected that, okay, yeah, this is probably going to happen, and you would not like to see this person's comment. What can you do? Don't delete it. Just delete it, or use your block button. But sometimes we like to go head to head with them sometimes. When I've had enough of it, sometimes I give it to you, and then when I'm done with you, I'll let you know, hey, I can also be like you. And then I'll probably delete you or block you.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like people should also learn, if you don't have the energy for that, you should also learn to use the block function, the delete function. It works perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, coming to you, Nana, at what point do you draw the distinction between opinions, criticism, cyberbullying, and trolling?
Very interesting one. think there's no point issue. There's no thin line between any of the things you've said. It's social media. It's you taking your phone to tell the world something that nobody has asked you to say anything about.
Okay.
On your own page. So when I come to your page, when I see what you've written, I probably have read about 18 comments that is praising you. I feel like, let me just be silly. There are people like that.
Wow.
So there's no thin line to it. What you have to do is, instead of finding a thin line, monetize it. Make money off it. I tell this to my clients a lot. Like a lot of stars I work with, they're always blocking. I'm like, why are you blocking the people?
How do you monetize this?
Okay, so I'll show you. You know, when you're celebrating, like, let me use you for instance. When you make a post, your engagement is roughly about 1.2K. I'm talking about both quotes, retweets, and all that, replies, right?
Yeah.
And Gold Energy Drink comes to you and says, AJ, I like your engagement level. I want to work with you. You need the trolls to give you that engagement because you see, the company is coming for three things. One, they're coming for eyeballs, they're coming for engagement, they're coming for impressions. They don't really have conversations with you about whether people are engaging your post in a mean way. And you have to monetize those numbers so that you don't have to get emotionally attached to them because it's a social platform. I understand that it's a real place. 100, it is a real place. But these are human beings, these are numbers. Data rules the world now. So instead of being bitter and blocking them, engage and monetize them. I'll give you another example, right? We are having the chat show.
Okay.
The way I'm seated, somebody can just be watching the show and say, look at how he's sitting down. Who is this one too? I wish I can just know this person so that I can monetize the person. So what I do is, if I'm coming on your show, I tell people who are into fashion, she's into jewelry. I say, give me jewelries to wear.
But let me come to Stephen on that. I'll come to you very shortly about that. But and he made a very salient point about monetizing it and just being about the numbers. When people come for you, it can earn you money. Now, Chris is of a similar or different opinion where a lot of people also stand where if you come for me, I'll block you. And now people are known as they create
Blockers.
names, block Mohima or whatever it is, and now create a certain commentary about the your need to protect your space. Now, how is it the right approach to decide that you bring me any negativity, I'll block you, or you engage?
So a couple of things. What Anna said, okay, when the tweet or whatever, the comment by the person is harmless, or just when it's harmless, you can let it be. Okay. You ignore them, okay.
But is it ever harmless?
But you see, no, let me finish. But you see, those are people who are just sad. They also want to feel that they are part of a conversation that's going on your hand. People who want to be part of a conversation, they want to feel that they too, you're following them or they can comment on you. That's harmless. The trolls, like Chris said, you need to learn how to deal with them. You can block them. But even the one that Nana said, it's only temporary. It's not sustainable. You can get, I mean, because for example, there are people that I've seen when they're being trolled, then I just take my phone and say, who's this guy? Then I probably look for them and I'll start following them. So you increase your numbers there. And off the back of that, like he's saying, you can make some money. But that's temporary. It's not sustainable. Because ultimately, whatever they say, the people also start getting mean. And some of the things they say begin to hurt your brand. Ultimately, not every brand will just follow you, want to work with you because you've got the numbers. Sometimes it comes down to your reputation. And that's why you need to be savvy. And people who would just kind of like attack you and do all those kind of things, it's better either you ignore them or you block them. And I mean, blocking one person, whatever. I mean, you go and stand somewhere else, tweet somewhere else that, this person blocked me. So what?
They always do it.
You see, the other bit is, I mean, sometimes also, even when people are being mean to you, the world likes to sympathize with somebody who is seen as vulnerable. So sometimes temporarily, and you will probably know this, when Tiwa Savage had a recent issue, she kind of really milked it somehow and turned it around. But that was temporary. Exactly. She had a good team that knew how to work and turn it around. Not everybody has that. That's why sometimes the easiest way is to ignore them or just block them.
Okay. Now, the world has become, at least on certain platforms, there's a lot of savagery that goes on. Facebook is a bit more lenient. Instagram is more hearts and smiles and photographs. Twitter is a completely different ballgame. Twitter, people seem to get like brownie points on the more savage they are. Someone posts a nice, I post my picture, then someone has to say something snarky or something mean to get retweets. And there are a lot of people that are willing to do all kinds of antics, say all kinds of things just to get likes and retweets. That's the world on Twitter.
Yeah.
So how do you now, or how do creatives navigate this sort of terrain where it's all negativity, or people are just out to seek for negativity just to get retweets, acknowledgements, go get a tweet going viral or something of that sort? How do you navigate that terrain, Stephen?
I think you need to know your audience. You need to also know what you want to achieve, so that if you're focused and you're creating your content, focus on what you want, because these people come to distract you.
Exactly.
And sometimes they are jealous. They are, like I said earlier, they are sad souls. People who just like, since yesterday, a lot of people have been kind of trolling Ogasco. I mean, they just want to come and do that because to feel that they're also part of a big conversation going on. They're also part of a conversation that's trending. People like that, you can ignore them. But the mean ones, like this boy, no.
You don't ignore them.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but now let me come to how cyberbullying affects celebrities in general. Let me start with you, Nana. As someone who has clientele who are public figures and celebrities who have to navigate this terrain, how does trolling and cyberbullying affect these celebrities?
Okay. I hope the mic is better.
I think it is now.
Okay. So, reputation is now the brand, right? But a fan's comment is not your reputation as a celebrity.
Okay.
You
It
don't
shapes
have
it.
to- yeah, it does, but it doesn't influence it. You influence me when I follow you. When she says I should buy jewelries of 10 cities, I buy because she is influencing me. So detach yourself.
But if someone was to say a comment about her business, it would affect your view on her business.
I mean, we all have one or two people who will come at us once a while. People will say stuff. People will come and say things to us. Detach yourself from it. Don't be emotionally connected to your post, because it's a public platform. It's like you're walking on the street well dressed, and somebody says, "Oh, look at what you are wearing," and you turn and respond to the person. Why are you doing that?
Let me come to you, Chris. Does cyberbullying affect celebrities?
Yes, I think it does affect celebrities. Even if we can pretend, we can all say, "Oh no, I'm a hard person." We can detach. We're human beings, for Christ's sake. You understand? And everybody at some point gets to a breaking point, gets to a point that they can't take it no more. And if you see, if you look at some celebrities like Beyonce has said that she doesn't even control her social media sometimes. Do you understand? She just comes once in a while and just looks at it, because obviously she doesn't want to even see anything that is going to affect her negatively. And we are in a time whereby people are now getting to know or getting acquainted with mental health issues. And these are some issues that affect people silently. A lot of people deal with these things and they can't even talk because they are trying to be hard. No, it's okay to be vulnerable. So if it's going to affect you, you have to do something about it. Even some months ago, what's his name? Idris Elba. Idris Elba actually said, I put it on Twitter or Instagram, that it's very important that this social media platforms verifies everybody. So when everybody is verified with your passports, with their real faces and real whatever, then we get to know the trolls, because most of these trolls actually have accounts that you can't even see their faces.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So for a person like Idris Elba to say that means it also gets to him. Come on, everybody sees Idris Elba as the macho guy, but he's still human. Some things will definitely get to you at some point. Yeah.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I think one of the things that when I agree with what Idris Elba said, but the challenge is that it's going to be difficult to get everybody verified like that. And this is where the platforms need to be more responsible.
Exactly.
There's been a lot of conversation about the platforms being responsible. I mean, the same things they've done to Trump and his friends. I mean, locking them up.
Honestly.
They should be able to do it, because I mean, with AI and everything, the listening tools that they have, they should be able to detect when people have, I mean, a habit, or you look at some people's profile and all they've been posting is just like this boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a reputation for doing that.
Yeah. Honestly.
And somehow he should have been flagged long ago.
Yeah.
Well, very interesting point. Then when we come back, we'll be taking a look on the event and how people sort of rose to his defense on social media when this particular event happened. Stay with us. This is The Chat. You're tuning into The Chat right here on City TV. We're having a conversation about cyberbullying, trolling, and how its effect on celebrities is in actuality. Well, we're talking about, well, it's been triggered, by a particular incident that happened a few days ago, and we're talking about how that event shows how trolls really are in real life, but how people reacted to this particular story is another thing worth speaking about. Initially, it was a thing of, okay, a lot of people understood where Nanaba and the host were coming from. I mean, I would react the same way. But a lot of people now turned it into become a hate campaign on why should you do that? And everyone deserves a second chance, knowing perfectly well how his rep is. And a thing of in support of this particular gentleman rather than against his actions, which really confused me on social media. But honestly, looking at it, I'll start with you, Nana. Did you expect that sort of reaction on social media about this gentleman?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when I watched the video the first time, I was like, no, that was wrong. Because let's say I have an issue with you, and the issue happened on a different platform, and we meet here. We are here for another conversation. So we can have the show. When we are done, you can pull me aside and say, you said this to me, I didn't like it.
No, I don't actually.
That's not the same platform.
But I don't completely believe that. If you're coming to me seeking for a favor,
no,
and
but you see, the thing is, the boy was going for an audition for a TV show.
An audition for the TV show that Nanaba runs.
Yeah, but so at the end of the day,
and she is the one in charge. And you sit on another platform and speak all kinds of insinuations about her and her staff, and you come in there expecting to get a job from
100.
her?
So I agree. So a lot of people are saying
How does that work?
I'm like, okay, so that's like a minus for the boy. But to the boy, he thinks, oh, social media or Twitter is not where probably people pick up issues and all that.
But you spread falsehood.
True. So what could have also happened is Nanaba Namwa, being Nanaba Namwa, could have had the show, filmed whatever. When she's done, right, and she takes off the guy, nobody would know.
But how? Why?
Because
should we
now
police?
it can't. Now
No, not to cut you. Okay, actually, I am cutting you. Forgive me for that.
No
but,
problem.
Why should we? And I saw that a lot. Why do we have to police how people react to things that have been done to them?
No,
so she's been hurt.
Yeah.
Or affected because people come for her on the daily.
Yeah.
So why should I now be the bigger person? Why couldn't he have been the bigger person and come in and said, you know what, I apologize for having said all these things. Can we please start afresh? But instead he came there thinking that nobody will know all the things I've said on social media. And that way, how I react is how I react in the moment. No one should police me and say, but you didn't do it right. What is the right way?
Yeah.
The right way, you're right. I mean, listen, we are all entitled to how we feel about things. Somebody makes a post on social media, for me, I'm always laughing. People insult me every day and I'm always laughing. But you are different. But I don't think that I will meet any troller in real life on a different platform, engage in a way that will make the person feel less or probably prevent him or her from getting what they're supposed to get at that particular point in time. You get it? Because they are not. But for the purpose of what, you know, the whole, it's a show. It's a television show, and the show has not even aired. Nothing has come out. Not even any audition has come out. So why single that particular one out?
To make an example of him.
On what? To get what? Because you could have just done that on Twitter.
People troll.
Before you block the boy, you could have schooled the boy on Twitter and then you block the boy.
But people troll all the time and
people
get away.
People will forever troll. AJ.
But that is wrong.
No, but that's a lesson.
People will forever troll.
That's a lesson.
This will not stop anybody from. This will even make people. Let me be very honest with you. I'm into television production too. I produce a lot of content. And sometimes you meet people who come to I have a show called Fans On.
Yeah.
People who write very mean stuff on your post coming to sit on your platform. To them, they are just sharing their opinion on what you said. They don't have an issue with you or your platform. They just feel like
And this is
they're
where
sharing
we
an
need to
opinion on what you
educate them.
said.
Yeah, but yeah,
So,
exactly. This is where
Going back to
education comes in.
where's the
Film the-
thin line
So do
from?
the event. So do the audition, right? The boy actually wasn't even good. Look at what he was doing with the political show.
Yeah.
He wasn't even good.
So you see,
No,
that's
no, relax.
you see,
Let me learn.
Okay,
You
please.
see, the boy wasn't even. He wasn't even confident in doing the political show. So obviously he wouldn't have even made the list. When he's done off camera, it's you and him. Nobody else is there. Nobody will hold you to ransom for using your platform to probably for a lack of a better word, intimidate the boy. So you just school the boy and say, you are coming to see me for help, blah, 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 off camera. There's no camera,
But he
nothing is there. It doesn't come on
publicly
social media.
casted, sent very disparaging comments about her staff members, and other celebrities publicly. He didn't privately tweet these things.
So why not
he didn't
just
send
tell
it
the
into
guy,
her
okay,
inbox.
go back to the same
So why
platform,
should I privately handle
because
the
we are media
situation?
people, we talk about people. I'm here talking about Nana Banamo and the boy. Somebody will just talk about me when the show airs or probably goes on YouTube and say,
Yeah.
oh, look at what this guy is saying. It doesn't make sense.
So because
But then
he's
you
a media
see,
person,
When
that
I
gives
meet
him-
that, so this is what I'm saying, that when I meet people like that, I have to, like he said, educate the person. Because maybe
But
they,
how I
they don't
choose-
even know they are even
but how I
cyberbullying.
choose
They
how
don't
I
even
choose to
know.
educate
See, this
is very different.
See, this
You
is
could have
how I
just
see
told
it.
the guy, we do media, we talk about people, right?
Uh-huh.
People tell us to go and retract every time on the same platform that
Yes.
we make ill comments about them.
Okay.
So just tell the boy, listen, you make this comment on Twitter, go back to Twitter and retract them. It's as easy as that.
But
Then
he
you
was
become
not.
a-
He
you
was
become a
not
hero.
remorseful. It's another thing that he didn't actually care
But he
for the
didn't
thing.
know. Like, you see, the boy said it himself. Afterwards, he's been saying he didn't even know he was even cyberbullying. He didn't know.
How can you
Do you
not
not
know?
know?
Really?
How do you not
He's been
know?
doing it
According to
for
this,
years. He's done it to so
according to
many
this
people.
young guy, who now
You
has
set
over 11,000
agenda.
followers, by the way,
you
on
set
Twitter.
agenda and then you troll people.
He
How
didn't
do you
even
not
know. To
know
him,
that it is bad?
Do you know what he said? He said, you heard him. He said, I write fact. I write facts. He doesn't even know. So you have to just do a little bit of education, off camera. Because you see, once you put it on camera, like you say, people are coming at the number because of the platform she used. That's what it is.
But we've
She
seen-
might not be wrong
but
on
we've
how she
seen so
responded to the
many-
boy. It's just the It's like, I'm here with you. You have a beef with me. I'm on your show.
But if
and
I have
you
a
are
beef-
showing it.
Okay.
You're showing it to people.
No, but then
okay.
it's different if I was running the station and running a program that I have created.
Yeah.
So imagine if I'm doing my YouTube channel and then I'm now having a conversation with you. I have every reason to be able to beef you on it if it is my thing.
Yeah, but that's
Same
not
way
your
you went
thing.
to meet the
That's
general.
GH1.
She went to meet the general manager of the station, who is the executive
On
producer
an
of that
auditioning
show.
platform. for-
Yes,
Executive
but we have seen
producer
so many
of
auditions
that
now,
show.
now,
And
now,
you trolled
if-
her
if we do the
and the
mathematics
host.
with marketing, I mean, he can testify
Okay.
to it that.
Okay,
Right now, there's a lot of eyeball talkability ahead of the next TV star. Don't get me wrong. The first
Of course.
season was amazing.
Of course.
But this one has increased the eyeball,
Yeah.
increased Toma, and it's increasing brands coming on board to have conversation on what's going to come.
Okay.
So automatically, indirectly, you've used the boy to monetize the platform.
Okay.
That's what you've done, and that is wrong.
But let me come to Stephen's thoughts on it
Yeah.
quickly. We'll be wrapping up this conversation shortly. But yes.
See, Nana, you're splitting it. Let's go back to it. There's nothing like Twitter as a separate platform, so they shouldn't be using it. What I would say is they were right to, pick on it and try to, maybe they pushed it a bit too far. You can probably say that. But they were better then. People who have been hurt, allow them. I'm sure that's why they've probably turned around and trying to offer him an opportunity. Here he's doing some kind of a campaign with them or whatever. Even that's where your bit about monetizing the whole thing comes in. I would have probably done the same thing as Anaba did, but not gone ahead after the show to go and post it
That's what I'm saying.
on Instagram.
You'd have waited for it to air.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The series is
Okay.
not even out. So why do
there,
that?
But it's promotion for it.
That's
How-
what I'm saying.
How
So
I
in
choose to
indirectly, you've
promote it.
monetized
So,
the
so,
boy.
so, so,
Ignorance.
this is where I'm bringing the people that were also talking. You see, it's become social media has become a place where people go and want to feel relevant. So they'll go and do anything that will make them feel that day to day, me too, I'm somebody. And so people are taking advantage of all sorts of situations to kind of trend. So hopefully they will be able to get something off the back of that, be known for something. And that's the world we live in now.
Exactly.
So yes, he did it. And whatever, he's grown his followers on Twitter to
significantly,
about
yeah.
13,000.
Yeah, 13K.
There are people right now who are trying to get him to start promoting their products and this and that. In a world where we live, people shouldn't be giving such people that kind of opportunity.
Exactly.
And I agree. Final words from you, Chris, before we wrap up in 30 seconds.
I think people actually, especially here in Africa, people like, I wouldn't say poor people, like, but they just like sad things. Poor people, sad things. Everybody like
underdog. We love the underdog.
Exactly.
Yes.
You always like people. The whole pity party.
Yes.
We've seen that someone has done wrong. Like we call it out. It is wrong. It is wrong. Okay, yeah, maybe you have a problem with Nanaba them like airing it. I mean, putting it before it airs. I understand that, but saying that they went too far, no, no. Because you can't determine how people feel.
Preach, girl.
And we need to stop always that, so this poor boy, we like sad, like, we don't like to tell the truth. Anytime there's a sad story, there's a sad face, there's a mobile, wait, what's that? We don't like the truth.
We don't.
The moment we see the sad face, why are they doing the boy like this? What? Do you understand? We like poor people, sad things, like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I subscribe to this conversation. Thank you for coming, giving us that TED talk. I do not subscribe to what you said. But thank you guys for joining me. Stephen Nana Seboidi, digital and communications consultant. Nana Yare, the lead creative, One Play Africa, and then Chris Carter, media personality. When I come back, I'll be having a conversation with LaRusso.